things that you can do to save someone's life, and that's very important. Next week, we will be telling you about a way that you can learn how to do these techniques.
And it's CPR, and you never know when you might have to use it to help someone out. So we've got cardiologist Dr. Brian Shapiro and CPR survivor J.R. Bourne. They're here to talk about this life-saving technique. Thanks for joining us.
So CPR survivor, JR, that's you.
That's me.
How did that happen?
A year ago on the beach in Jacksonville Beach, I was just playing soccer with my friend, and, normal day, felt lightheaded, and just went down. Lights kind of went out, like the TV went off. My friend yelled for help. He called for help, and a bystander came over, and she was about 100 yards away doing yoga on the beach. And so she came over, started CPR right away within the first minute or two, and then the lifeguards, the Jacksonville Beach volunteer lifeguard group was about 500 yards away from me on the beach. They came over and kind of took over CPR, and an AED saved my life. So.
And we should say that this was a mystery lady. We don't know who this.
That's the one unknown fact still. I don't know who she was. So.
Do we know what caused it?
No. I guess the condition is hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
But it was complete cardiac arrest.
Yeah, complete sudden cardiac arrest. I have no blockage since they did tests and things. I have no heart conditions, no blockage. It's completely an electrical issue for me.
Okay, so doctor, here we are. We're three people, and we come across somebody who has just had something similar happen.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Absolutely. So basically the key is timing. So the first thing you want to do is call 911, get EMS as quickly as you can, and then secondly, get right down there and start your CPR. Now, in the past, people used to think you had to do the airway and the breathing and all this kind of stuff. It turns out a lot of that was very much a waste of time. The key is start chest compressions.
Okay,
and
so
it's very, very simple.
And Dr. Shapiro, you were saying one thing, call 911 first?
Yep.
Because there's about 5 minutes of oxygenated blood in your system, and a lot of people don't realize that.
Exactly.
So get the experts out there first to treat, and then...
Exactly, and hopefully you're screaming at, there's someone else, standing around there, and someone can call 911 while you get right down to the patient and start going.
Looks like Rance is ready to learn.
Rance is
I'm
ready
always
to
looking
go.
for tutorial. What are the techniques?
I like it. So basically the first thing you do is patient's on the ground, obviously unresponsive, and you would put your hands over the sternum and kind of grasp them like that, and you want to apply enough pressure at a certain speed to basically keep things going. It's usually about 100 beats per minute in that range, which is pretty fast. Now, some of the common mistakes is people are going way too fast or way too slow or not pushing quite hard enough. I've actually seen a number of videos when we're pushing hard enough, you are actually compressing that heart and getting a very nice contraction. So you gotta do this adequately.
Do you have to worry about the xiphoid process? I remember that from way back. I'm
That's a
dating
good
myself.
memory. Is that back in high school
Tip at the end
biology?
of the sternum. It's a little tip at the end of the sternum.
So you want to go just above that if you can. And in a typical adult, like JR, you'd be using the two hands, applying enough pressure. But certain kids and younger adults, you might not have to push so much or push so hard. But so you're going so slow right now.
Oh, do I
It's
faster?
100.
Do I do this Stayin
minute.
So some people will hum a song or
Stayin' Alive?
Stayin' Alive. You can do Stayin' Alive, but most
that's
kids
way
don't even know
faster.
what that is.
Stayin' alive. Something
And
like that.
typically on a rhythmic, you don't want to get too much into the song. But typically, you want to apply enough pressure and count as you're going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then up to 30. And you want to do this enough, usually at least 5 sets. And then at that point, someone else is calm, or you can worry about the airway, things like that. But there's enough oxygen in the system such that basically doing the chest compressions is the most important thing. And that's very different than, let's say, even 5, 10 years ago. When I started my training, it was always airway, look, listen, that kind of thing, worry about the breathing, and then go to compressions. Things have very much changed.
What about for kids? I mean, you don't want to put a full cord press on with your hands.
It depends on the size of the kid.
Okay.
I mean, you'll never be faulted for applying a little bit more pressure, but some kids, you may just have to use one hand like this. And that's typically like a toddler age
And
or
this
someone
amount
under
of
10.
time leaves us with so many questions, but there's an event coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Healthy Family Training Camp is happening next Saturday. It's June 11th at the Jacksonville Farmers Market from 10 to 2. It's totally free from the entire family. The Farmers Market's located at 10 West Beaver Street on the west side. So Dr. Shapiro, thanks for coming out and helping us with this information, and JR for sharing your story. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
So
All
glad
right.
you're here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll be back right after this.